When you hear the name Angelina Jolie, something happens. Maybe it's a flash of late 90s Hollywood, a face that seemed impossible to forget, or the memory of watching a young actress who already carried something intense and mysterious that most stars spend years trying to find. She didn't simply become famous. She became unforgettable. It started with smaller roles and a restless determination to prove she was more than a striking face. But films like Girl, Interrupted changed everything. Her performance as Lisa Rowe wasn't just memorable. It was fearless, unpredictable, and completely alive, earning her an Academy Award and turning a rising actress into one of Hollywood's most talked-about movie stars. But here's the thing about Angelina Jolie's story. Winning an Oscar could have been the destination, but for her, it became another beginning. She moved between action, drama, adventure, and romance, taking on roles that constantly changed how audiences saw her. Then came Lara Croft, Tomb Raider, and suddenly Jolie wasn't just an acclaimed actress. She was an international action star, carrying a massive franchise with a confidence that made the character feel inseparable from her own image. Audiences watched her become tougher, bigger, and more recognizable, but she never stayed in one lane for long. She returned to dramatic performances, stepped behind the camera as a filmmaker, and continued taking on stories that allowed her to explore something deeper than celebrity. And then there was another side of her life that became just as important as the movies. Angelina Jolie increasingly used her enormous platform to speak about refugees, humanitarian crises, and people living through circumstances most of the world never sees. She worked with the United Nations and traveled to meet displaced families, turning the attention that came with fame toward issues far beyond Hollywood. That changed the way people understood her. She was no longer simply the actress from Girl, Interrupted, or the woman who played Lara Croft. She had become someone using celebrity as a tool, choosing to put the spotlight on people who rarely had won themselves. But her journey wasn't without difficult chapters. Her personal life, relationships, health decisions, and family were repeatedly placed under an intense public microscope, with millions of people forming opinions about parts of her life they could never truly know. And somehow, through all of it, she continued working, directing, raising a family, and redefining what she wanted her career to be. That's what makes her story so compelling. Angelina Jolie didn't just survive the pressure of becoming famous. She kept changing underneath it. She moved from controversial young actress to Oscar winner, from action icon to filmmaker, from Hollywood celebrity to humanitarian voice, never allowing one version of herself to completely replace the next. Fame can turn a person into an image, something the public thinks it understands, but Jolie's career has always been more complicated than that. The roles changed, the headlines changed, the expectations changed, but she kept moving forward. Whether you remember her as Lisa Rowe, Lara Croft, a filmmaker behind the camera, or an actress who spent years using her voice for people far beyond the entertainment industry, Angelina Jolie holds a place very few stars can claim. Still evolving, still challenging expectations, and still creating her own path, her legacy isn't simply about how famous she became. It's about how many times she found a way to become something more.